Howdy everybody, it's Amy from Amy's Sparkly Diamond Painting. This is December 25th in the evening. This is Christmas night. And I was sitting here kind of chilling, doing some diamond painting. And I thought I'd do a little bit of a check-in with y'all. I can't talk. And maybe try a little bit of a whip and chat. But first, I thought I'd show you the end result of my Pixels Advent Calendar here. So this is how it came out. The last few that I did were this bell here and the horse and the bear and the star on top of the Christmas tree here. So those were the last 4 days. There were 24 days in this Advent calendar. I had plenty of stickers left over. Had no trouble with that because some of these blues were just sprinkled in a couple areas there, as well as in the star. So lots of colors where only a few stickers were used. But now the picture makes a whole lot more sense. I was confused about the way the tree looked chopped over there, but that's because there was a couch sitting there. The pillow still to me looks a little bit odd. That maybe needs a little bit of adjustment. It almost looks like a lady with red hair that's yelling. I'm sure it was probably supposed to be a Christmas tree, but the way the light and shadow was done on that one, it just looks a little bit odd. There's a small chance that I made a mistake in there somewhere, so I may peel a few of those off later and see. But I'm happy with it. Turned out into a really nice little Christmas scene here with snacks and the fireplace and all the good Christmassy things going on there. And now this table makes a lot more sense there, as it's a table next to a couch. So very happy with this one. I liked having just the little bits each day, so I was able to keep up and finish it by today. And this can be used as a little display piece for next year. And I really do enjoy Pixels. I got actually another order on its way to me from some of the sales that they had over the last month. It is a company that is based in Canada, so it does take a little while, especially this time of year and with the postal strike and all that. So this is Pixels. Takes a little more effort and time to place those stickers exactly where they need to go. So if you don't like tediousness, you might not be a fan. But I really enjoyed the little Advent calendar, and it gave me something to look forward to and open and do every day. Actually, for me, it was every few days, as you probably saw in my videos. But it was small enough that I was able to keep up with it. So what else have I been working on? I was going to show a couple of things before I got into whip and chat time. But I did an unboxing of the Chinese New Year cross-stitch kits from Spring Brand. And I thought, we're almost running out of the Year of the Dragon and into the Year of the Snake. So if I want to keep up with these over the next 12 years, then I better at least get Year of the Dragon done in time. So I did finish all the cross-stitching on this. I love the small size because I can just roll the edge up and work in hand on this. But here is Year of the Dragon. The stitching, the actual cross-stitch part, completely done, but I'm working on the back stitching. So that's why we see his face outlined there, but not his teeth yet. There's still a lot of details and things that I need to do back stitching for so that the picture really comes alive. So you can sort of see the little good luck kitty cat there, and our dragon with the various scales and stuff in his belly here. And it looks like he's in the sky because those are clouds and stars. So there are like 5 or 6 colors of back stitching. I had a little bit of trouble deciphering what color was what on the pattern here because there are different colors in there and some of them didn't seem to match what the photo showed. So I've been adjusting a little bit as I go and picking colors that made sense to me, but he will be done in time so that we can move on to Year of the Snake. Now this one, I don't know if you can tell. I know I can tell from the way I see it and how it looks, all of the green in here is blended stitching, which means it was 2 different colors in there. And because this was 11 count, instead of using 3 strands, I used 4 for all of those, so I could equally do 2 and 2. So it's a little bit thicker, but the blended stitching really did make a difference, because it would be like one color blended with the next, so that it's a little more of a smoother transition there from one color to the next. And it does have a bit of a dragon scale look to it. So that's what happens when you use blended colors and do 2 strands of each color there. You get, I think, a nicer look to the finished item here. The kitty also had blended stitches in the fur, so really good for animals. Whereas these other areas here with the clouds and the stars did not have the blended stitching. But I think it really came out nice and smooth transitions there between the different shades of green. So really happy with this one. I will finish the back stitching, and you will see that in another video in the future. I'm not sure exactly when. And then diamond painting, I did go ahead. I haven't had a whole lot of time to work on diamond painting until this evening. So I did go ahead and finish this little section here, down here, that I was working on. I need to work through these rows. Before I put it away for a while, I am going to finish all of these areas up into the plastic, because I think the plastic is a better protector over time than the release papers, because there are gaps in between them that can gather dust and all that. And I really don't want the release papers stuck on there too long. So I will continue to work on this into January to at least get up to level where the plastic is, and then I might put it away for a while. We'll see. But I am really enjoying this one. I think it's coming out really nice. There you can see all the sparkle, hopefully a good close-up. We'll show you, this is the newer Dreamer Designs kits, that everything since mid-October. I think even the restocks are coming out with the tighter grid there, so looks really nice. And I love all the sparkles that they add. There's some rhinestones there and several in the tree to help give it a glow. So really happy with this one. The only trouble I've had with this one is some of the colors, because it's all blue-gray, at least down here. My pen is trying to attack me. I'm gonna move it over there. So it's a lot of blues and blue-grays, kind of an evening look. So over time I get a little bit tired of the blue-gray colors, but there is enough going on in the middle of the picture with the houses and the trees and other things that it's not completely blue-gray, but this was a little bit more boring there. Lots of multi-placing going on there with those blue-gray colors, but we'll get more work done on that one. And this made me think, because I remember very early on in my channel showing my Advent diamond painting from last year, which I did not finish by December 25th, but I did finish in January, and that was actually the start of my channel. So I went back and took a peek and saw that January 10th was my first real unboxing video. I had a couple rough start videos where I wasn't planning on doing a channel at the time, so I did a couple just related to my Josephine wall from the one with the diamond art, so that people would know what they were getting when they purchased one of those. So I did a couple videos there in September. But my first real unboxing and real start of my channel was January 10th. So I'm coming up on my 1-year anniversary of really doing videos, which is pretty cool, because I'm starting to remember things like finishing up my Advent picture last year, which was the kitty Christmas tree. That was a really fun one. But I decided, I was thinking about it, I know a lot of people are doing year-end videos, but boy, the last few months I have not really gotten a whole lot done as far as complete diamond paintings. And some of that is because I was doing so many gifts and little things that I don't even have anymore because they were put in Christmas goodie bags and other things like that. And I also spent quite a bit of time working on PR packages and doing a lot of partial canvases to show you guys how they worked and how well the glue was and the diamonds and all that stuff, and doing those as reviews, but not always finishing those. So I really, the last few months have kind of bothered me that I hadn't really gotten much done. But I'm going to try to go back through the next coming year and try to start finishing some of these bigger canvases, which leads me to Christmas. And my Christmas present here, I'm going to roll this so you can see from my hubby. I don't know if you've ever paid much attention to the light pad that I've been using for several months. It was a little bitty one from Cricut. Let me turn off this light here. So I had very small, actually, light pad, so I didn't show it much because I would really work only on small areas. But this was a Christmas gift from my hubby that I opened up last night. This is an A2 size, I believe. Very, very large here. I probably should, and I'm still getting used to the controls there. So this is a 52 centimeter by, having trouble getting my tape measure to behave there, by 35 centimeters. So very large. Not too big though. It still fits on my table. But very nice light pad with all sorts of settings here. Can go from dark to light and give it a yellow tint if that works for your eyes better. So that's what I've been playing around with today. So let's also talk about what I'm working on, because I did say whip and chat, so I should probably start doing some whipping. Of course, WIP, work in progress, and this is sideways, so let's turn it this way. This is one you've seen before. This is one of my older Jaded Gem Shop. This is a Van Gogh, the 4-cut sunflowers there. And I really got to town on this one. I've got a little bit of washi tape here on this side to keep the stick off. But then it kind of stalled because I had so many other things to work on. So I decided to pull this out because one of the things that started my channel was the idea of showing old masters artwork, which we're talking old masters. I know I've had that question before, is classical artists from before, well, for the copyright stuff, it's before 1923, I believe right now, maybe 1924, but really classical artists from the 1800s and very early 1900s, because those are public domain, so there aren't any licensing issues. So when I started my channel, I thought, well, I want to, show people what's out there that's budget friendly wise. And so I started with Van Gogh. So I picked out several diamond paintings on Amazon and other places that you could get for very little money without any licensing issues that were Van Gogh art. And my thought at that time was that there would be enough I could keep busy with an entire year. Yeah, a whole year. I'm going to zoom in so we can start working on this while I chat. Maybe make this a little bit brighter. There we go. Hopefully you can see that okay if you like to watch, but I think most people like to just listen as we chat. But I thought Van Gogh would be, a good artist because he had so much. That was my wax bouncing on the floor. Hopefully we don't need it. So I'm using one of my little blue art dot trays. Got a Diamond Art Club advent calendar pen that I've been using for Christmas. I did earlier today try using my Diamond Art Club Christmas tray, but it's too dark for me. So not a fan of the dark green with some colors of drills. I might save that for white drills or lighter colored drills, but it's just too dark and too big. My hand likes to hold smaller diamond painting trays. But anyway, let's get started actually putting some drills down, and hopefully I can do this without getting my head in the way, because I do sit pretty close to my canvas. Got a piece of dog hair there. So and I'm still learning my light pad. I sometimes hit the power button and turn it orange there, which is still a bit weird to me. I don't know if that orange color is anything I would use. Let's quit using multi-placer since we're single placing here and start just using that. So I do have wax. Yep. My wax is just too sticky. This had some release paper on it. This is the plastic cover down here, but I've had release paper on it for a few months, and so I noticed a couple areas had gotten some dust on it, and so I'm running into this problem here and there where my putty is too sticky, and so the diamonds aren't sticking. Hopefully it was just that small area. But anyway, I started hunting down Van Gogh paintings and found more and more, way more than I realized, because I think everybody, or most people, had Starry Night in their collection. But the more I found, the more I learned about Van Gogh, and it led me kind of on this adventure that I never expected, because I thought I would move on to maybe Da Vinci. This is being difficult. So I thought maybe I'd do Monet or Da Vinci for the next year, but I am still in the middle of so many Van Gogh paintings that I'm just going to continue on studying Van Gogh, because I do enjoy his work. I've enjoyed his paintings, and I've enjoyed learning about him and his life on this journey. Never expected it to be the journey that it has, but isn't that life, how life goes sometimes? We have plans or think one thing is going to happen, and then something changes and you're headed a different direction. So I still have several Van Gogh paintings that I want to get done, a couple comparisons, and my Max Color from Heaven and Earth Designs. I still have that project going, and it hasn't gone very far. So that's why I want to continue with Van Gogh for another year, but it also made me want to pull this out. So I found another diamond painting YouTube channel, and unfortunately I can't remember her name, but it was suggested to me today. I will put the name in the description because I do want to give her a shout out, because she was doing her year in review, and she had done, I guess, about 15 diamond paintings over the last year. And she had done 2 of the same Diamond Art Club Van Goghs that I had done, and mentioned how much she enjoyed Van Gogh. And I thought, oh, there's another person just like me out there. Well, obviously not just like me, but somebody that shares a lot of the same interests as I do. So I'm going to put her channel down below and hopefully give her a little shout out. But it also got me thinking, what is the status of some of my Van Gogh paintings? Because I have several from Jaded Gem Shop now. I've done the unboxings, but I didn't want to start any more of them until I finished this one. So that's why we're pulling this out. So again, this is 4 Cut Sunflowers, I think is the name, or Cut Sunflowers. It is Van Gogh, and it is from Jaded Gem Shop. And if you're new to my channel, you may not have seen it all quite yet. You probably have to go back a ways to my older stuff to see some of those Van Gogh videos, and also see some of my unboxings from Jaded Gem Shop and some of my finishes that I did do this year. I bet if I went and looked, I'd find I finished more than I thought I did. But I do want to finish this one because I want to move on to the Red Poppies and Daisies from Jaded Gem Shop and compare that to the same one from Diamond Art Club that I finished, because I think they're going to come out quite a bit different. So Jade over at Jaded Gem Shop, she's based in California, single person shop basically, and she does a lot of old masters type artwork. These are resin drills, very good drills, but just running into sticky problems here, and it's not Jade's fault. It's not the manufacturer's fault. It's me leaving this one sitting too long with just release paper, trying to protect it. But anyway, I digress. I might digress a lot today. But digressing enough, so I lost my train of thought. So, Jade's renderings, she has a couple different styles now, and that was new to this year. She does a hybrid type rendering, which a lot of these old masters paintings are done in that hybrid style, where it's a computer rendering that's been touched up afterwards. So she'll go in and make some adjustments to the color, numbers, and fix up things that just come out too pixelated or too odd. But by doing that hybrid style for these old masters paintings, you really get a little bit more of a feel of what the original looks like. It's a much softer rendering, and I don't know, to me it just seems much more appropriate to these kind of paintings, because you really get more of a feel for the brush strokes, and brush strokes are kind of a big deal with Van Gogh. So I do love the renderings that she does. However, she also started doing hand charting, like fully pixel charted as she calls it, but fully hand charted designs that have more of the solid outlines for all the different objects and things in the pictures. And they're a little bit, I won't use the word harsh, I think I've used that before, or coloring book style. They're just sharper images maybe, and less softer and smoother blending. And that's actually a bit closer to what Diamond Art Club does, kind of the outlining with the colors kind of filling in. So the two that I finished from Diamond Art Club, I kind of want to compare to the hybrid rendering that Jaded Gem Shop does. So that one really stuck to my finger, not where it belonged. So that's why I want to get this one done, so I can get to the Red Poppies from Jade's version and compare that to the one I already finished. That was a Diamond Art Club version. So that one has been sitting nearby, rolled up, waiting for me to finish this, but then holidays got in the way. I thought I could finish some autumn or Halloween paintings, which they didn't get very far. It just seemed like I got so busy with product reviews and other things like that that I just didn't have time to do some of the ones that I really wanted to do. So I'm hoping to change some of that this year. I have one product review right now that I will probably do the video for either tomorrow or the next day and get that out. But I have noticed a definite slowdown with product review packages, and that may be time of year. But I've also noticed, and a few other people have seen it as well and commented out there, of price changes as well. So budget friendly is no longer very budget friendly anymore. So I think shipping has gone up quite a bit, because even with some of those Black Friday sales, I was going to take advantage of one of them because it sounded really good, like buy 4 get 1 free and discounts on top of that. But then when I went to check out after I filled my cart, the free shipping was no longer there. So the shipping charges were counterbalancing the discounts, and it was no longer a better deal. So I didn't place the order. I actually canceled and deleted everything because it just wasn't worth it. And that's kind of how it's been. I, of course, made Black Friday purchases. Let me try to make sure I'm still in frame here. I always like to pull it closer where I can see it, but then you guys can't see what I'm doing. So I do have the Diamond Art Club Black Friday purchases. Those were the last purchases I made from Diamond Art Club, and I already did that video. But I also have several Dreamer designs that I'm really looking forward to because their sale went on and on. And so I picked up a couple right away. Of course, if you heard one of my other videos this month, you know that they accidentally ended up in my mom's hands in Houston, and they are still there. I'll hopefully get them to me at some point. But even without that, I still have 6 here that did make it to me from Dreamer Design. So I have a big unboxing video I'm going to do for those. But other than those 2 Black Friday purchases, of course, it's Christmas time, so my money was going elsewhere. But I did make one budget-friendly purchase that I'm still waiting on to get here since Black Friday, but only one to one company, and that's because they started carrying some larger diamond paintings with more colors. So I tried to order a couple of those so I can show them and let y'all see some of those. So I thought that the prices for those were reasonable, but I kept trying, I kept looking, and I couldn't pull the trigger. So be wary. I know sometimes we all go back and catch older videos where we're talking about how great the prices are and stuff like that. I'll be sure to check the dates on some of those videos. I know YouTube tries to tell me, watch this next, and I'll listen, and it'll be like from a year ago. And I'll realize that that's actually old information, but sometimes it might take me a little while. I was confused once. I watched my news. Just hit the camera with my head there. Trying to get too close, but I watched the news on YouTube, NBC, CBS News, some of those for a quick update on what's going on. And it showed me, watch this one next. So I hit play and started listening, and it was related to the U.S. and Ukraine, and I was like, wait a minute, we're doing this all over again? We're talking about the same story? We did that months ago. And then I looked and realized that YouTube algorithms really thought I wanted to watch really old news broadcasts. So, all that to say, be careful about some of the older videos because things do change. I noticed there was somebody complaining about ordering from a company. I don't know why that drill is sitting there sideways, but they heard all these great things about this company, and then they placed an order and did not find that to be the case. Well, things have changed, and I quit ordering from that company. I'm not going to call them out right now, but after about 2 orders there, I was like, I don't think so. So instead of throwing a company under the bus, typically what I do is I just don't show anymore. And those older videos are still around. I just don't purchase from that particular place anymore. It doesn't mean that what they sold me at the time was bad or the information that I gave at the time was bad, but sometimes things change with some of these companies, and instead of making a big deal about how they've changed, a lot of us content creators just don't talk about them anymore and just quit buying from them. So there are a couple companies that I've done that with, and sometimes I'll go back around if I can't find something out there that I'm really looking for. I'll go back around and give them another shot and try it again and decide if I was right or wrong in my assessment of either customer service or pricing, or that's my kiddo. Hold on just a sec. All right, I'm back. We're gonna try to do this a little bit longer here. As you can probably see, there's a little bit more done than there was just a second ago on my last frame before I took that quick break. But it was quick for you, not as much for me. Both my kiddos came downstairs and decided they were hungry, and then the hubby wanted to talk to me, and it just got a little too chaotic to record for a while. So I kept working on my diamond painting, but just turned off the camera for a while till all had settled down again. Oh, and it's already 10 o'clock. Wow. Where did the day go? I had to charge my phone, and of course it's Christmas, so there was a lot going on. But anyway, I digressed. Well, I was actually digressing before, so I will just finish off with that little topic by saying check the dates on videos you're watching, because the information in there may not be the same, and I don't always want to go back there and correct some of the things, and I may not even know if things have changed. Like maybe a company changes their toolkit and their glue, or they're not as good as they were, more expensive. That's going to happen a lot. So just watch the dates of the videos and check your purchases as you're doing them to make sure that the shipping and everything is what you expected it to be. So I do have that one budget-friendly package that is on its way to me. I think it's actually pretty close. It was in the US, I think, right before Christmas, because I did buy it. That was the one I bought after Black Friday. I haven't purchased anything else since Black Friday, but there was one purchase I made a little before Black Friday that has not made its way to me yet, but it's also very close. And that is Oraloa. So I will talk more about the details of my first order from Oraloa in my unboxing video when that makes its way here. But Canada did have the strike on the postal service, so things kind of got hosed up there in the shipping world for a while. Oraloa's a Canadian company. But we'll deal with that in the future. All that to say, I don't have a whole lot of new unboxings other than my big Dreamer designs. So let's talk about Christmas. Hopefully, all of you that do celebrate Christmas had a safe and happy holiday, or if you celebrate Hanukkah or don't celebrate at all and just maybe gather family or just have another day. Hopefully it went well. For us, the reason I'm just kind of sitting here doing diamond painting today is because I've always celebrated Christmas when I was growing up on Christmas Eve. And I've continued that tradition with my kiddos as they've been growing up. Here, I've got to move a little more forward here to get these. So what we always did when I was a kid, we moved to Houston from Minneapolis, Minnesota when I was a young kid. And all our family for generations had been in Minnesota and still were. And we moved to Houston and we didn't have family anymore. We used to do the whole trek to one family and then the other on Christmas Eve. And we were like, what do we do now? So my mom started this idea of doing a Christmas Eve open house, and it stuck through all the years that I was growing up there. So we would open our house to friends, and I'd say family, but really we didn't have family around, so all our friends would drop by and have treats and snacks, and we'd all just kind of hang out with people coming and going. We'd try to light the fireplace, but Houston in December, it's oftentimes in the 60s and 70s outside, just as it is here right now in San Angelo. And so we would have to open the doors and windows to make it cool enough for a fireplace. But then after everybody left and it was just our close family, we would have a fondue for Christmas dinner, usually after 10 o'clock at night, and we'd go till the wee hours of the morning as a family, kind of eating and talking and then opening gifts. And of course by that point I knew there was no Santa. If there's anybody in the room listening that's a young one, I guess I probably should have put a spoiler alert before I said that. But so what we ended up doing here yesterday, it wasn't really planned. It was just going to be me and Jim and the kiddos on Christmas Eve. But then I started doing some baking. I wasn't going to, but it just kind of happened. And then I looked at how much food we had. That didn't stick because the plastic cover is right there. That's why that's at the edge. But I'll just lift it up here just to keep this row even there. But anyway, I had more food than I had intended, and I was like, the four of us just can't eat all this. So we decided last minute to go ahead and clean our downstairs part of our house and invite friends over for Christmas Eve. And we got fondue meat, which for us, a fondue means hot oil. Not like cheese or chocolate, but hot oil. And then we cut up veggies and make batter and have various meats and cheeses. And you cook them and stand around the pot. And it's a good slow meal and just a good way to hang out with friends. So we had some friends over and did a fondue and then opened presents till the wee hours of the morning. And so today is recovery day. We did have some nice adult beverages, maybe some eggnog and some spiced rum. And so we slept in. Okay, the plastic is not in the way for down here. Which means that we didn't have a big Christmas dinner. We typically don't go to church. I was raised Lutheran, but church has never really been a big part of my life. It was always a huge part of my hubby's life, and his son is a youth minister. But since he met me and has hung around with me and moved to San Angelo, he had been living in Abilene for most of his adult life. So he really didn't have a church home here, and it wasn't a part of my thing. And he was actually kind of disappointed with how the church kind of treated him when he was going through his divorce. And so all that to say, church has not been a big part of our lives currently. So no, we didn't worry about going to church for Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. So today was just kind of a hang out, chill, enjoy our gifts, and all that good stuff. And for food, I did not have to cook a big dinner. I was originally going to do a breakfast, but we had so much left over from the fondue that what I ended up doing was making some gumbo out of the chicken and shrimp leftovers and sausage. That made a good gumbo, but we had lots of beef left over as well. Cut up stew meat, basically. It was a little tough as fondue, so I need new putty in there. My putty on my multi-placer is getting a little dirty, but this is very confetti heavy, so I'm not going to worry about fixing that. But I put the beef and the cut up fondue veggies that we had left over, which we're talking, you know, onions, mushrooms, bell peppers, zucchini. I put all that in with the meat in the crock pot and cooked beef stew out of it. So it's just been kind of a eat when you want, eat what you want, because we still have our table full of treats sitting here in the living room, plus all our stocking stuffers and all that good stuff. So we've just been eating and chilling today. So made me kind of wonder, and feel free to comment if you want to, what are your Christmas traditions? And how have you maybe handled blended families? If you came from a family where Christmas was done one way, and then you married into a family maybe where Christmas is done a very different way, maybe the foods are different, all that. What do you do for your Christmas traditions, new and old? My hubby's family is going to do the family gathering Christmas on December 31st, New Year's Eve, because they have a very large family and everybody's kind of doing their own thing at Christmas. They all live in Texas mostly, but pretty spread apart. It's a big state. So all 30 plus of us are going to gather on New Year's Eve for that. But I will show you another goodie that I got, and this was from my kiddos. Let's see if I can even get it into frame. Let me put the top on it here. I got a new big old cup. This is a 40-ounce cup with an internal straw. Not sure if you've heard about Circle brand, but I actually picked this out and told, not this particular cup, but I said I wanted a new Circle cup that was a little bit bigger than the one I had. So this brand, you can now buy it at Walmart, but I was first introduced to it from, I think, a Facebook ad before it ever came to retail. And I had to order these online and subscribe and all that stuff. But this is a flavor cartridge. I don't drink water like I should, and I know that I should be drinking a lot more water than I do, and a lot fewer energy drinks. So I told my kiddos I would like a new cup that I could carry with me and try to increase my water intake. So this cup, let's see if I can remove the lid without making a mess here. 40 ounces, I've already refilled it once, but it has this cool built-in straw. So he did not buy this, my kiddos did not buy this at Walmart. They got it on the Circle website. But this right here is the flavor cartridge, and I should be careful and not try to pour water on my diamond painting. Let me change the color there. Hold on just a second. I'm trying to make a mess. I'm still learning. This cup is pretty complicated. I'm still learning about how it works and what it can do. So we'll try to move that out of the way here for a minute. So this cartridge comes out. This is a flavor cartridge, and you can buy tons of flavors. This is prickly pear that I'm trying. So the flavor is in here, and it has a dial up here. So I've got it set on 8, which is actually pretty high. But you can twist this up or down, and it has a lid here to keep it closed, but you can twist this to set it. It's hard to do while it's not in the cup. So it goes from no flavor there, the X, all the way up to 9. So you can set the strength of the flavor. And then you plug the cartridge into the cup, which this one has a straw attached in here. Most of them don't have straws and you have to lift the cup to drink out of it, but this one has a straw. So let me put it all back together here so that it doesn't spill. So you can drink water by sucking through the top here, and it'll add the flavor based on the amount you want. And you can be healthy and drink lots of water. So that's a 40-ounce cup. I've already refilled it once. So it's already working. We'll see how long I can stick with that though. And they even make caffeinated flavors. They're sugar-free. So they're not quite like the energy drink sugars that I'm used to. So I thought that was a really cool gift, a really, really nice cup. So I'm not into Stanley cups and all that. I'm into usefulness rather than brand name. But that is a big, heavy cup, and it's got a nice, smaller bottom. If I can get that into frame here, so that it fits in just about any cup holder there. So cool cup. And I also got some Legos. I am a Lego fan. And lately I've been into the Lego flowers because you can, I've got some water in here. Well, we'll just keep going for a little bit longer. But I'm into Lego flowers. So I got a box of Lego roses to build. And I've built about 4 of them. I think there are like 12, a whole dozen in the set. But I need to get a neat little Lego vase. But there are various options out there. I need to get a vase for my flowers. Nice staying in frame there where you guys can see it. I have to move it a little bit closer to be able to see it here. I really didn't want to stop again, but I am going to have to because I really wanted to get this video up this evening, but it's after 10 and I'm still trying to record it, and I'll have to edit it because it is in pieces now. Yeah, I've got a lot of water on my tray. I'm going to have to fix that. So I will be continuing to build some Lego roses. Lots of us got Legos. We all like Legos. So my hubby got a big Lego car for me and one for my kiddos. But he is currently working on a video for his channel. He's had a lot of frustration with a couple of RC cars that he bought that were actually quite expensive from a company. And he was trying to show them on the channel. Well, both of them were defective. So he's been kind of going back and forth with the company trying to get a functioning couple of RC cars that he paid good money for. One of them had a motherboard that was bad, and so he's been continuing to fight with that, trying to make them work. So a few struggles with his channel because the content for him is a lot more expensive. And so he's got to come up with different ways to do videos. So most of his popular ones seem to be with him and his friends hanging out and driving the RC cars and picking on each other and stuff like that. The little bit of back and forth. So he's trying to get some new cars going to test with his buddies. Oh, what else is new in my personal life? So that's kind of what I seem to have switched to. I started more with diamond painting updates, but then moved on to what we did for Christmas and all that good stuff. I do work tomorrow evening. We're still kind of in holiday mode. We still got people out of town. So I will be covering a night shift, or an evening, not the overnight. So an evening shift with work tomorrow, which it was a little hectic there right before the holidays with the government shutdown possibilities and all the scrambling related to that then we didn't actually have the government shutdown, luckily, because trying to do that over a holiday is so hard on federal employees. So I was relieved, because we have to like recall people and do all sorts of things related to that, and we don't get paid during a shutdown because there's no money. That's why the government is shut down, but we are essential workers because weather is pretty important to like air travel and all that good stuff. So we continue to work. But all that to say, it was a little hectic leading up to the holiday there, the last weekend and everything, but it all worked itself out this time. So we'll be back to possibly doing that again in March when this continuing resolution ends. We'll see how that goes. I try not to get it too much into politics on my channel here, but I am a federal employee, so it does affect us from time to time. So, as much as I'd like to continue on camera and talk to you guys more, I've got a bunch of stuck drills here because they're wet. So I'm going to take care of this, and I see I've talked another 20 minutes, so I probably have at least half an hour worth that I've been talking, but we'll take a look here at how our progress is going on this one. Still a fair amount. It's a pretty big section there, but you can see lots of confetti on this one, but not a whole lot of colors. And this is actually done. It's just very light colored. So lots of AB drills in that yellow there. Hopefully that's coming through. Lots and lots of AB drills. So Jaded Gem Shop gives you the option to add the glitter drills. They call them something else. Can't remember what it is, but you can see it on the website, as well as AB drills, metallic drills, all that stuff. You can get those added to your kits. It's a very customizable process, which makes it pretty fun. So I will go ahead and end this here soon and say, hope your holidays went well. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see for the next year, because I really don't think I want to do a year in review, because it's been kind of depressing the last couple months. I just haven't, and I know I've added cross stitch into the mix, which also does take some of my time, because I do enjoy that as well. But I will get back to finishing some of these so I can finish some of my Van Gogh projects. Now that the holidays are done for a little while, I've got a little more time and freedom to do what I want to really do. I have one PR package that I will be doing, but it's a neat one. I like the pictures, and one of them is a special drill. Hadn't done one of those in a while, so it won't take too long to do, but not sure how many PR packages I will be getting in the future. Had a company contact me yesterday, but most of them have kind of dropped off, and I think part of that is the cost, because if they're not making money off of it, then there's no reason to give products to us to review unless they get sales out of it. I mean, it is all, in the end, a money deal. So you might see more WIP and chats from me as I try to get through some of these special diamond paintings that I really haven't had as much time to get through. Boy, I love the colors on this one. That turquoise blue through there. It's really kind of neat. I should probably zoom out here at the end so you can see a little bit better view of how this is coming out. But even though this one has been high confetti, as in, you know, individual colors rather than being able to do a whole string of them. It's actually not that many total colors, so that's made it enjoyable. When you get into 100 plus colors and you're searching for drills all the time and having to go back and repeat colors over and over again. But this one's been really enjoyable to work on. I love the drills, love the spacing. It's all been great. So I'll finish this one. I will show my Dreamer designs at some point. I will do the PR package this week. And I will have to put together my January junk journal planner to track my goals and progress, to make sure I get through some of the ones that I really want to do and don't get too caught up in the gifts and the product reviews and all the things that I still enjoy them. It just sometimes takes away a little more time from getting done all these special ones, special diamond paintings that I have purchased for myself that I really want to work on. So thank you for watching. Hopefully your holiday time is spent with friends, family, loved ones, just doing, crafting the things you enjoy doing, because the projects for other people are hopefully mostly done. And I will catch you later.